President RUTO, while in the US last month, made a stop at the Newark, New Jersey Swahili village. Now, maybe please tell us about that experience and how you got President RUTO to visit your restaurant. Kevin.
Yeah, I was visiting Kenya actually, and I took my daughter to go to school. My daughter, 16, decided she does not want to go to school in America anymore. She wants to finish her high school in Kenya. And then while I was there, I had the privilege to meet with the Kenya Tourism Board directors, and of course up to the CS level. And the reason why Kenya Tourism Board sort of took interest is exactly what you mentioned. The fight I've had to keep up that logo, that mento of true taste of Kenya. And Ali, you all know people fought me on that
yes.
for a long time. About why you stuck on true taste of Kenya when we Africans are the ones who support you, and why don't you do true taste of Africa? Now, so it actually became a thing where the tourism board saw an interesting platform. So I met the CS and we had a very interesting conversation about possibilities of how that, because already I am an ambassador to the Kenyan community. I'm marketing Kenyan food and culture and positioning ourselves as ambassadors of cultural or we call gastronomy tourism. And so she was asked by the president that while, I think this happens to all CSS, they asked while the president is visiting any part of the world, come up with something that the president would want to be behind and would be able to support.
Okay.
And I asked her, would you ask the president to kindly please come
Stop by
and open our restaurant in Newark, New Jersey, because we had done a launch, but we had not done the official ribbon cutting for by our president.
Okay.
Remember that DC was done by our president Uhuru Kenyatta, and of all the things that was lined up for him to pick, he picked Swahili Village.
Okay, so Swahili Village was on a list.
It was on a list of a lot of other things.
Of a lot of other things
that he
had.
He stopped everything. He just said, "I want Swahili Village. I'm going to go there."
Okay.
I was in Kenya at the time, so I was like, "Wow, that was pretty special." Because when a president picks and feels like that about how to come and support you, so immediately I got on the plane because he was actually ahead of me. He was coming for UNGA. For United Nations General Assembly, and I was in Nairobi still trying to figure out, because we were trying to give him a date, or he gave himself a date and said, no, it's going to be on this day. The Sunday, I was in Nairobi on Friday.
Oh, wow.
I had to leave on Friday, get on. When I finally got to Dubai is when it was confirmed that it's on Saturday. So I landed here on Saturday, and I was hosting the president on Sunday in New Jersey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It happened very quickly, but he was so. It felt very special. It was a very noble place to be in, and I felt also, that that was a very profound space to be honored by your president, and for the second time. Most restaurateurs would kill for this one. And I got it twice in a row, so I'm very privileged for that, and I'm so thankful.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's interesting. Now, before I welcome in, the rest of the panel, we have Mika and we have OneMic also in studio. What is it about Swahili Village and dignitaries, particularly presidents? RUTO is not the first president to visit Swahili Village, so please tell us, what other presidents have visited Swahili Village, and what exactly is it that you think attracts, high-level dignitaries to come to Swahili Village? Kevin.
Yeah, especially after we opened the DC location. So DC location was very strategic. I could have opened this restaurant anywhere in the district, I had the options to open it in even by the wharf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was. I looked at locations in southwest, southeast, but there was something about this specific area. It's called the diplomatic corridor. The diplomatic corridor means that you're within walking distance to a lot of the diplomatic areas, which is the World Bank, the IMF, the IFC, and also just State Department not being far away from there, as well as all the embassies within that region. So first of all, that's a very, very important part.
It's a strategic location.
Yeah, strategic. Yeah. It also means that that area is already safe for diplomats and for heads of state because it's cleared by the Secret Service.
Oh, wow.
So it makes it so easy that if a president wants to eat there, he only has to say, I want to go. And they don't have to worry about having to do preliminary work because it's already cleared. So we work very well with the Secret Service to accommodate them. We have very special areas that we strategic for us to be able to bring in a dignitary and then also leave safely. And those areas are also approved very well by the Secret Service. 1, 2, we serve very good food.
Okay, that's the most important part.
Yes, we serve very good African food. And
I was waiting for him to talk about food.
So besides, President RUTO, of course, and former President Uhuru Kenyatta, we also had, opposition leader Raila Odinga also has come to Swahili Village before. Are there any other maybe presidents from other countries?
Yes, we've had the president of Zambia. Yeah, we had the president of Namibia. We've had various heads of states, but of all of them, remember also we also hosted recently the Secretary of State Blinken.
Oh, Blinken.
Yeah.
When was that?
Blinken was during the African Leadership
the African Leadership Summit.
Yeah. So we don't drop names like that, but we've hosted quite a few heads of states.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's I think it's just our positioning was right. Our delivery is right for them, and our capacity is to the extent that they feel that they are able to feel comfortable to visit with us. Yeah.
All right. Now that's very good. I want to welcome Mika. I don't know whether Mika is already on board. Mika Och.
People. Mika, 1, 2, check. He's on mute.
Okay. All right.
He's muted. This guy, yani. You know, yani, we can't teach him.
All right, Mika, tuende kazi.
All right. Thank you, Ali. I want to say good evening to listeners and good evening, Kevin. How are you? Again, thank you for joining us today on the OneMicShow. And a lot of what Ali has been asking or what we've been conversing has just been more about the DC and the Brazzaville location. But I also wanted to ask you to give us a little bit of information about the New Jersey location. What is the difference do you feel between the 3 different locations, and each location of your restaurant, what does it offer uniquely or the same to each other?
Oh yeah, that's a really good question. New Jersey happens to also cater for a very interesting demographic of people. When we got into that city, big up to Franco Kilonzo, who pushed me.
Franco Cigars.
Who pushed me, said, Kevin, you got to come to Newark, New Jersey. And, for a big part was a good, help to getting there. And, I resisted it in the beginning because Newark had a really bad name.
I know,
Yeah.
you know, that's
So that
what
was
I
it.
thought too the first time. I was
No-
like, Newark, I don't know about
man.
that.
Newark has been rebuilt. It's at another level.
Yes, but you know, most of us remember that old
New Jersey
Newark.
Drive. Yeah, you guys are remembering cars being stolen every 5 seconds. 1.9. I think it was
Yeah.
1.9 seconds.
Yeah,
A
and
car was
actually,
stolen, yeah.
every time I told anybody I'm going to open a rental in Newark, New Jersey, they're like, "Are you crazy?" But something happened about Swahili Village in Newark. When we went to this building, this is I mean, you've seen the buildings. Type A building, I think it's one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
nice.
Very
top,
nice.
you
That's
know,
a very wonderful location.
yes, and you know, there were many concepts that were offered to the landlord. Many concepts. One of them was a very unique brewery, you know, and they were like almost signing for it. But guess who told them we can't have you here? It's New Jersey Performing Arts Center across from us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So New Jersey Performing Arts Center owns the land in that area, and the landlord, the owner of that property, is leased the land from New Jersey Performing Arts Center. So somehow they have a say.
Oh,
on
they have the final say.
Yes, who is going to be a tenant there, especially that location, because I have there perhaps the biggest, the largest square footage in that particular building. So they had to, look, who is this person coming here. But it's funny, when we came and we put in our lease, and I saw the space, and Franco took me to smaller places and within the Ironbound area in Newark, and I kept telling him, no man, I need to go Main Street. So, and he was sort of scared, and said, okay, now let me show you this place. So when he took me to this particular place, it was scary for anybody. I said, can you put a lease on this place right here? And he looked at me, the agent looked at me and said, okay. We put a lease in, and they accepted our lease. They did not accept any other lease but our lease on the first go. We had a response in 2 weeks. Yes, we want you.
Oh, wow.
But then also in those 2 weeks, they were doing their due diligence. They sent a team of almost 3 different teams to Swahili Village to check us out here. And it was, a group of old white Jewish people. I was always wondering, why is this a group of these white people sitting here? And they would sit there for hours and just talking and putting notes and another group. And then one day they called me and told me, hey, we are from the Drenoff properties. We came to check you out. And this is the last group, and we're telling you have scored 5-star in all of our visits.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay, all right.
Wow.
That's a good backstory that I think most people did not know about.